Hi everybody. I've been reading the article by in the Mail, and it it really is disgusting. Tony is still in solitary, basically, and he shouldn't be. The man has done absolutely nothing wrong at all. He has learning disabilities, but he is autistic, and the parents originally were told that he was going for a few months to be assessed. 21 years later, he's still locked up. And of course, it's one of these private units where um, the local authority is paying a lot of money for him to be there when it's totally unsuitable. And worse than that, he's not getting any kind of outside stimulus. He's not being taken out. He's not going shopping. He's not having activities. He's basically in a room where he's fed and watered, and that's it. Um, and that is against the law. Um, that is what you would call cruel and inhumane punishment. And a decent lawyer would be able to get that in front of a court and get him taken out of there because they are breaking the law. You cannot put someone in a room like that and just leave them. Um, Even in the top security hospitals, they don't do that. They do have rooms for locking somebody up when they've become violent, but they don't stay in there. When they come down, they come out. And the whole system is geared to activity, to sport, to education, to, to doing some kinds of work because the money is available. What's happening is these units that they want as much money as they can possibly get for each patient, but they don't provide anything really more than a television and food and a bed, which is totally unsuitable because the they are prone to ending up with dementia earlier. Lots of disabled people sadly do get dementia, but they're likely to get it a hell of a lot earlier if you cut off all their normal activity that keeps the brain active and their life active, their body active. Tony, like a lot of these people this has happened to, has become very overweight. I mean, he's not even getting his teeth cleaned, which it's disgusting, because the nurses can't be bothered to do what is needed, which is one to one to encourage him to clean his teeth. He's perfectly capable of cleaning his own teeth, but as his mother said, he's got a mouthful of filthy teeth because nobody's doing what needs to be done. And there's another patient who they're not naming, has done 4 years in solitary confinement already, and is being fed through a hatch. So they don't even have proper contact with this patient, and basically another autistic young person. This is just appalling. It has to stop. And it's the privatization of the care system which has caused this, because they say to the local authority, we can provide care, we can provide somewhere for them to live, we can provide this. And they give a list of wonderful things that they say they're doing. They get sent there, they're not doing any of it. It's basically a room. That's it. This happened with Knoll View. If you remember, they were had secret cameras. They went in there and caught them abusing the patients. But one of the chief reasons that they had the problems that they had in the unit was boredom. Absolute boredom. The patients had nothing to do at all. And also they had a confrontational way of treating the patients, demanding that they do what they say, and physically dragging them out of bed was a good example. But I mean, at least at Knoll View, they were being getting up and going into the day room. Tony's locked in a room virtually all the time, and this other patient is the same. And if 21 years have passed and the authorities have still done nothing despite promises after promises, you need a court to demand that it's done, to make it happen, because it's obviously not going to be happening any other way. And I can certainly see that because the parents are getting so much older, they're going to themselves, yeah, well, the parents will die and we'll have full control of him, and nobody will fight for him anymore. That is just absolutely awful, and both the parents have worked that out. I think they must be in their 70s, even early 80s, because they had him late. And you can see by the photographs of the parents who have allowed themselves to be identified. But that's not the point. The point is that authorities would even sit there and scratch their heads and think, well, we'll wait till the parents die. What does that tell you about the authorities? It tells you an awful lot. And it's actually costing more than a community help that he needs. He needs supported living. He needs someone to help him with his bills, someone to help with daily living that he can't cope with. But he's perfectly capable of making his own bed. He's perfectly capable of doing what needs to be done, except the bills. And he could even do a little job. He's not that disabled. But they're creating a far worse problem for this boy, who is not a boy now. He's a young man. He's 42. But 21 years, for God's sake. There are Broadmoor patients who are going out and about. They're doing sport and all the things I've just described. Rampton even has brings ponies in for them to ride. They do all these things because, one, they've got the money, but they've got the time, but they actually want to do it. You have to remember that the special hospitals want to do it, and they get the patients do actually leave those special hospitals, but they've been helped. I'm not saying they're wonderful places. I mean, I was, as many of you know, I was wrongly held in Broadmoor for many years. I saw both the good side of it and the bad side. But the one big thing about those places is there was things to do. These patients have got nothing. And, and if I could really help, I would. But unfortunately, as many of you also know, I was falsely accused of crime to shut me up when I did all the Jimmy Savile interviews and discussed the fact that Jimmy Savile was helped to do what he was doing, and that the authorities, again, knew and did nothing. And you've got the same sort of situation here. You'll say, well, what do you mean? Because they know about Tony, but they're doing nothing. They knew about us, and they did nothing. It's because they don't care. Don't judge them by your standards. Remember, you care, you would try and want to help. The people that are running the country and the care system don't care. They don't care at all. It's money, money, money. That's all it is. And of course, it's since the COVID situation, it's actually got a lot worse. There's a lot more money grabbing going on. There's a lot more corruption going on because they're frightened for the future. So that they're in many cases behaving worse. Anyway, I just wanted to bring up the case of Tony in particular because right back in the 90s, I was talking about this, not about Tony, but about other people. And here we are, God knows how many years later, still happening. No change. The care system for people with these specialised needs is appalling. And it shouldn't be. And there are lots of charities which are helping, doing so much. But it can't be all on the shoulders of charities. They simply don't have enough money to help the amount of people that need help, because the state is not providing that help. Oh, hi, Palestine Crystal Hill. I see you've left a message. Nice to see you. And it's nice to see you too. It's nice to be remembered. I'm still here. This is my basically my bedroom area, and with the curtains behind me. Anyway, I hope you will share the video about Tony, that I've just made, and discuss him, and hopefully somebody somewhere can try and help. Unfortunately, I can only advertise it and talk about it. I can't actually do anything about it. I'm afraid I'm not a lawyer. I might know something about the law, but that's as far as it goes. Anyway, bye everybody, and I'll try and get this put up as quickly as I can. I'm not that confident about doing that, and I'll have to get my friend down to help me. Bye everybody. This is Stephen George from Portsmouth. Bye.